Think of a time you had a truly brilliant idea, explained it perfectly, and even proved your point with logic, yet people still resisted. When you try to push someone toward a conclusion, their natural instinct is to push back. This reaction happens because of a specific psychological mechanism. Once you understand how it works, you can get people to willingly agree with you without them ever feeling pushed or manipulated. Every person you meet carries a deeply held image of themselves. Robert Greene calls this the self-opinion. It is a sacred internal portrait that people protect at all costs. The moment you threaten that self-opinion, the walls go up. People reject ideas that make them feel bad about themselves, regardless of how much evidence you provide. But when you confirm that self-opinion, those walls come down. To master this, we have to look at a man who started his career by hitting these walls repeatedly and spent 12 years learning how to make them disappear. The deepest form of social intelligence begins by validating a person's ego instead of attacking it. In 1948, a newly elected senator named Lyndon B. walked into the high-stakes world of the United States Senate. Johnson was ambitious and brash. He aggressively demanded a seat on a prestigious committee from a senior senator, essentially acting as if he had already earned the position. That senior senator was Tom Connolly. He saw through Johnson's ego and punished his arrogance by assigning him to the Agriculture Committee, the least influential group in the building. Johnson left the office humiliated. That failure changed him. For 12 years, Johnson studied the men around him. He learned their insecurities, their ambitions, and exactly what they needed to feel, validated, powerful, or respected, before he ever asked them for anything. By 1955, Johnson climbed to power as the most influential majority leader in history by making his own ideas feel like they belonged to everyone else in the room. Johnson succeeded because he respected three universals, sacred beliefs that nearly every person holds about themselves. To keep someone's mind open, you must leave these three beliefs untouched. First is autonomy. Everyone needs to feel they make their own choices. If someone feels coerced or cornered, they will resist your idea, even if they actually agree with it. Second is intelligence. Whether they are a CEO or a taxi driver, people believe they possess a unique form of practical wisdom. Challenging that belief causes them to shut down instantly. Third is goodness. People need to feel they are on the ethical side of a story. They want to be seen as fair and well-intentioned. Most failed proposals and broken partnerships happen because someone accidentally threatened one of these three layers. The other person stops listening, and they rarely tell you why. Moving past these defenses requires a shift in approach. Here are 5 ways to navigate a conversation without triggering the alarm. Strategy 1. Make it their idea. Frame your request as an opportunity they already want. When people feel they are choosing the path, they move toward it willingly. Strategy 2. Confirm, then gently correct. Agree with the valid points of their thinking before offering your view. This keeps their self-opinion intact and their mind open to your perspective. Strategy 3. Let them win small things to win big things. The playwright Beaumarchais avoided censorship by inviting the censors to suggest minor changes. Because they felt powerful and heard, they defended his play's major themes when it mattered most. Strategy 4. Target specific insecurities. Flattery rarely works on a person's obvious strengths. It works when you validate a quality they are secretly uncertain about. Strategy 5. Use reverse psychology on the most stubborn. The actress Marlene Dietrich was known for her intense independence. Her directors found that if they suggested a costume was too bold for her, her need to prove her courage would make her demand to wear it. By suggesting she couldn't handle the dress, they made the dress her idea. These strategies only work if you approach the other person with genuine curiosity. If you use them while feeling contempt, people will sense they are being managed and their defenses will stay up. Influence has a limit. You can only lower other people's defenses after you have learned to dismantle your own. As we get older, our minds naturally tighten. We become convinced our views are the only correct ones. This rigidity makes us exactly like the stubborn, resistant people we find so difficult to deal with. Socrates was called the wisest man in Athens. His influence came from absolute humility, an openness based on knowing how little he actually knew. This humility is the prerequisite for influence. You cannot read the needs and fears of another person if you are too busy defending your own rightness. The path to yes is simple, but it requires a change in focus. You must prioritize the other person's need to feel free, intelligent, and good. The most influential person in any room makes everyone else feel the most understood.